pop culture with DJ and painting graffiti art are expressed every day within the inner cities of America and the world. You are not doing hip-hop, you are hip-hop.
Oh man, it's Friday and it's Valentine's Day. Now, I will go ahead and say this right now. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day in this household. I know it sounds like, what? Wait, what? I'm gonna explain it all to you. I will explain everything to you. But we're not really big holiday people. When you really start to think about it, it'll hit you that some of this is not what it is, right? Like some of these things are made up. So we don't do a lot of that stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Before we get into today's conversation, let me do this. Let me just remind people that Girl Listen is on Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Indie Soup Media. It's on Indie Soup Media as well. And the next season is about to start up. So we'll be getting right into That G is Fire Fridays. That's going to be starting again. Should be starting, let's see, the week of February 24th is when that's going to be starting. So should be good times. Should be good times for all of us because we always have a great time starting here at 4 o'clock Central and then moving over to Indie Soup Media at 7 o'clock Eastern. Yes, I gotta get my time zones together. 6 o'clock Central. There we go. Okay, so now that I got the news out the way, let me play the intro and then we'll get this started. Good afternoon. This is Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. You are watching Girl Listen because it's Friday and it is 4 o'clock Central, right? And we are here. We are streaming live to LinkedIn and YouTube. Of course, if you're on YouTube, we would love it if you would like, share, and subscribe because, what can I tell you? But I will say this. We're in a minor moment right now. I have many projects on my plate. One of them happens to be studying liqueurs, cordials, and all things in that family. And so I am sipping on a little something green today, a little absinthe, because, research. And I got to tell you, it's kicking like it just shouldn't be kicking. Let me just go ahead and say that. So as I was mentioning, my hubs and I, we're not really big on holidays because we tend to do things throughout the entire year, right? Versus waiting for one day to tell someone you love them or waiting for a specific day to share a gift. We just do stuff throughout the year, which I advise you all to do versus creating this stress to perform a certain way on a certain day. So what I do celebrate, because I picked up myself a box of chocolate just yesterday, is Self-Love Day, which was yesterday. Self-Love Day is celebrated every February 13th. That's where Gwendolyn was yesterday enjoying herself. Now, my husband is not big on chocolate, but he will buy me chocolate. But I got myself some extra chocolate just because I said it was for him. And then he's like, you didn't buy it for me. I know better. Yes, sir, you are correct. I did not buy for you. He knows now that Gwendolyn does stuff and it's really for herself. It's kind of like a bowling ball. I say it's for him, but it's really for me. So what can I tell you? But we are going to talk about embracing self-love and setting standards. Because again, you let the world tell it. You let the world tell it. If you don't have a partner, you are something close to less than. You are damaged goods and something's wrong with you and all these things. But the fact of the matter is, if you are going to be in any relationship, the one relationship that you should really focus on and make sure is perfect is the one with yourself. Really, really, that's the one. That's the one that matters because it starts with you. So I, of course, have a lot of affirmations and things in my home to remind me of how much you love me. Tons of it. I remind myself daily. And this is just my message to every single one of you, that every single day that you are able to open your eyes, just be your beautiful self. Just do you. I know the world is telling us a lot of things right now. They are telling us a lot of things. I don't want you to listen to those things, right? It is so easy for people to get in your head and to make you believe that there's just no point. Don't listen to them. So this message is not just for today, but it's for today and going forward. I want you all to take these tips and be your best self. Be your best love. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to get this going. Our first one is setting personal boundaries, right? You need to know your limits, understand what you're comfortable with and what you're not, reflect on your values, needs, and emotions to identify your boundaries. I know there's a lot of us who are people pleasers, who want to say yes to every single thing. And we typically rarely say yes to ourselves. There are people that the moment you set up your boundary, they get upset because they've been taking advantage of you. That's why. Now, I don't have time to talk about those folks today, but trust, we're going to come back and talk about those people at some time. And shout out to Dr. Tashi, who is here in the building. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for being here. We are just having a quick conversation about Self-Love Day, which again is celebrated February 13th, and how we can show ourselves more self-love. Now, when you decide to start putting this line in the sand and creating these personal boundaries, you need to be consistent. You got to stick to your boundaries consistently. If you waver, others might not take you seriously. They're not going to take your boundaries seriously because they know that you'll just backslide. Now, can you adjust them as you grow? Of course you can. We can always make adjustments. Just make sure you're making them for the right reason. The moment I tell people no, it's a no. I'm not explaining nothing. I know my boundaries, right? And it does take time. This is a marathon, as I tell people. It's not a sprint, especially when you're in the process of making a behavior change. And trust and believe, your family members, your friends who have been benefiting from you not having any boundaries and always saying yes to all the things, they're going to give you a hard time. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. They're going to be the worst ones. I'm sorry. Ugh, it's going to hurt. Yeah. Just remember why you're doing it. Let's continue that conversation, shall we? So practice assertiveness. Work on being assertive rather than aggressive or passive. Assertiveness is about standing up for yourself while respecting others. You know how people talk about the hard truths? The truth is never hard. Matter of fact, if you love someone, giving them loving words is never hard. It never has to hurt. Never. If you love someone, you are going to share with them the message they need with love and compassion and kindness. That's the truth. Now, if you're an asshole and you just want to make other folks feel bad because you don't like yourself, then you do those things. That's what you do. But there is a way to be assertive that isn't aggressive or passive. There are ways to do it. I've said it quite often. There is a way to be honest and gracious at the same time. Those two things don't have to be separate. They never have to be separate. You can do them both. And shout out to my work husband, Ron Foster. That's where I got all my practice. So when I met the real husband, I was ready because we had a lot of time to practice with communication. Learn to say no. It's okay to say no without feeling guilty. You don't have to justify your decisions to others. You are grown, doggone it. Prioritize your well-being and remember that saying no to others often means saying yes to yourself. Can I get an amen? Because people often feel like when you say no, that you're just, there's a plethora of reasons why you would. You are saying yes to what brings you joy, to what you want to do. You're saying yes to your dreams, your aspirations, your time. Yeah, saying no to what doesn't serve you is not a bad thing. And it is a complete sentence. You don't owe anybody any explanations. Zero. And depending on where you are in your stage of becoming your better self, I know for a lot of women specifically, when we say no to something, people like to give us that guilt trip. Well, what do you mean no? Why can't you do it? What are you doing? You don't get to question me. You don't get to question me. No is a complete sentence. And shout out to the sister. What's going on there, Jessica? Hello to you. No, that is it. We have a lot of unlearning to do. Can I just say that? We have a lot. We've got our personal boundaries down. Now I want to talk about self-care because these two things work together. Once you decide to start saying yes to you, then you have to make a routine and decide what your self-care looks like. Now I want to say this because I can't give you all the things today. Only got so much time, you know what I'm saying? But I want to give you some really good things today. I want to do that. So first thing, take care of yourself. Practice self-care to maintain your emotional and mental health. Regular self-reflection and self-compassion can help you stay in tune with your needs and your boundaries. I will tell you that when I started my journey, and there were people who were like, why is she always talking about herself in the third person? Is what I needed to do to get myself together. When people would say, oh my God, Gwendolyn, you're cute today. It's like, Gwendolyn is cute every day. Now, I know for some people that's a lot. I know. If I'm going in, I'm going all in. I'm not taking baby steps. Is it a little off-putting for some? Yes, it is. But damn it, it felt good. It felt really good. That self-reflection and time to just think about myself and give myself, as we all say, space and grace, man, make the biggest difference. Ron knows. I say a lot. Gwendolyn does a lot. People are like, who the hell is Gwendolyn? Gwendolyn is Gwendolyn. It is what I do at this point. And yes, we love all in. It's what I do at this point. You got to give yourself some time for you. When people talk about riches in this world, they often think of money. I have come to realize it is time, because time is priceless. And where you get to spend it makes the biggest difference. It's time. Where do you want to put your time? Making time for yourself and not wasting your time on people and things and spaces and places that don't serve you. Your time, trust. That's the biggest thing. I used to ask, who is we? Yes. People still ask me we. You guys are going to have to work with it. Okay. So let's talk about your self-care routine. Allocate regular time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's reading, painting, or just taking a long bath. Now, you guys know, I believe at this point that I have been talking about joy relentlessly. If there is anything that is going to get me through this walk through hell, it's going to be joy. You know, if that's not the biggest way to resist the foolishness, it is joy. People hate to see other people happy. Miserable people hate to see other people happy. They hate it with a passion. And if I have to ride somebody's raw nerve, I'm going to ride it. I'm going to ride it. I'm okay with that. I will show up in my joy. Make it a routine. I started a few years back. My self-care Sunday is how I start the day. And I get the warmest water and some bubbles and some drinkable bubbles. And I just vibe out. You know, sometimes I become a prune. My husband's like, are you okay in there? I'm okay. I need to I need to get centered. You know what I mean? But that's part of my routine every Sunday. If I say I'm too much, then go find less. Oh, mic drop. Okay. I see you, Jessica. You better tell him. She's like, I'm going to tell all of y'all real quick. Let's continue. Be gentle with yourself. Okay, class, write this one down. Be gentle with yourself. When things don't go as planned, practice self-compassion. Avoid harsh self-criticism and remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes and have off days. Woo! Woo! Okay, so I am in the midst of all of my projects because Virgos. Virgos be doing some things, you know what I'm saying? And there are moments when, perhaps the schedule I had for myself didn't quite line up. Now, the old Gwendolyn, like circa 2000 and younger, would have been a little upset. This new Gwendolyn was like, hey, I'll just have to get it tomorrow. I have to figure it out. But I'm not about to beat myself up for not getting this blog post done, for not getting XYZ edited, for not doing, because at the end of the day, it's going to get done. But it's not enough to beat myself up over it, right? That I had this amazing plan and then ain't none of that stuff happen, right? Like it's okay. But I get that some of us are so wrapped up in that crazy level of perfection and that it must be this. Cut it out. And we can say some really awful things to ourselves. Really awful things. Now, I don't need anybody to share them, but check that inside voice. Jessica says, sis, you always have a project and they are never ended with you. Girl, I just started a new one for all of you. I didn't even talk about it, but since I'm here, Gwendolyn decided to go back to writing her blog. So I am now on Medium. I'm going to say some stuff. Y'all don't understand. Y'all thought that this podcast, that was the only thing. Girl, I'm going to say some stuff because that's what Gwendolyn does. Yes, life moves on. Tomorrow is a new day. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Take a day of playing hooky. It's going to be all right. But set realistic expectations. Set achievable goals and avoid overwhelming yourself with unrealistic expectations. Give yourself permission to rest and take things one step at a time. And the church will say amen. Amen. As we sipping on this, this absinthe over here. Last year I had my 5 top aspirations. One of them was to write the book. Didn't get done. It's okay. It's like, you know what? I can do it next year. If the good Lord allows me, I will do it next year. So this year has been a lot of writing, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it, right? A lot of writing. And at this moment, we are still sipping on our sample. Whew. Okay, so quick little side note, because I love a good sidebar. Have any of you ever had absinthe? I'm just curious, because I am loving this licorice thing. Oh my. I don't know why I didn't discover this earlier, but I am having a good time in the world of wine and spirits. Let me just say that. Let's talk about being your best love. First of all, I need you to select joyful events. Treat yourself to an experience that brings you joy, such as visiting a museum, reading a book at a cozy cafe, or exploring a new hobby like painting or gardening. You got to date yourself. Now, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Why does that feel like that's another YouTube video that's coming? Okay. But if you want a partner, to treat you a certain way, you have to model that. You have to show up in the ways that you want your partner to treat you. They follow your lead. So when my husband met me, Gwendolyn was buying herself some wine and flowers and chocolate and doing all the damn things. Now, the one thing that his daughter, well, now our daughter, said was, Daddy. He said, Daddy. She said, a woman doesn't want a pot for Valentine's Day. Now, keep in mind, I specifically asked him for a Creuset Dutch oven. I didn't ask for a pot. All right? There's a difference there. There's a difference. Okay? But yes, this chick wanted the Creuset, which the very next Valentine's Day, he did get. So he took notes. But I was already doing that. Right? I was already doing that. And yes, you got to date yourself. People are going to know how to treat you based on how you treat yourself. The way that you talk to you is how they are going to talk to you. Just saying, you got to check it. You want to pamper yourself. Wind down with a pampering session. Light some candles, take a bubble bath, or enjoy a soothing skincare routine. End the day with a movie marathon or a solo dance party to your favorite tunes. It's about you. We're going to have to get back to our basics. Now, the world wants us to work 7 days a week and grind until we are just a sliver of ourselves. And when you retire, your time is gone. Now, I personally, I don't advise it. Make some time for you. Enjoy your spoils, your work, all that. Enjoy that today. Because what happens afterwards? It's over. It's over. But you got to be your best love. If no one loves you like you loves you, we got problems. Because Gwendolyn love her some G. I love me some G. Right? My bathroom is laid out with like all of the best oils. Okay, maybe, well, I think they're the best oils. But if anybody remembers in New York City, there was this Japanese department store called Takashimaya. They had one of the most amazing beauty departments. Amazing. So I made sure to give myself a little something. And ever since then, I keep labels so that I can remember what to get. But we have plenty of bath creams and fragrances and all the things to make me feel good. Just saying. Treat yourself. Pamper yourself. Don't feel like you're not worth it. You're worth it. Positive self-talk. Okay, get out your notepaper. It's another one. Here's another one. Challenge negative thoughts and replace them with positive affirmations. Speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and compassion, just as you would to a dear friend. Now, I told someone the other day, the reason why so many people are sucky friends, because they are sucky friends to themselves. I know it seems like it's like rocket science. It's not. If you're not a good friend to yourself, you're not going to be a good friend to me. I'm just saying. But just focus on us. You got to talk to yourself with encouragement, kindness, compassion. You got to do it. And there are people who have said some things to themselves. I'm just like, why would you ever say that? And prime example, my dear friend Peggy always says that she has a swear jar in her virtual space. And it's not for your average everyday vulgarities. It is for things such as calling yourself stupid, saying that you're dumb. Those are far worse words than other things we could say. They have an impact. We got to cut it out. Now, I know sometimes I will say myself, Gwendolyn, that was a simple moment. Or I say, color me simple, but I'm not calling myself simple. I'm just like, hey, sometimes I was like, I don't know what you were saying, but okay. Think about how you talk to yourself. Because in the Houston households, and my mama can attest to this, her kids are on the pretty positive side, Like we walk into rooms knowing we look good because we Houstons. We know we look good. You can't tell us nothing. Ooh, the cockiness. It's okay. It's good. All right. Express gratitude. Regularly remind yourself of the things you're grateful before. Keeping a gratitude journal can help you focus on the positive aspects of your life. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. We're blessed. And I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it before people actually start believing it and realizing it. And it's okay. I can be the broken record. I hate repeating myself, but there are certain messages I don't mind repeating because it needs to be repeated. Instead of sitting around and focusing on what you're missing, be present, be in the moment, and focus on what you have right in front of you. I took that line from Twister for anybody who's paying attention. Be aware of what's in front of you. Time. You got one more day. You woke up this morning because the good Lord said your task is not done yet. You got more work to do, kid. So you get out there, you do that work. Now, for me, it's causing a ruckus. It's causing a ruckus. It's holding and hosting conversations. Focus on change. It's drinking this absinthe right at the moment. Like, it's that. But my job is not done yet. So I'm still here. So I can see all of you. Right? Express your gratitude. Don't sleep on that. At the end of the day, if there's nothing else that I leave you with on this Valentine's Day, a day after Self-Love Day, which again is celebrated every February 13th, put it on your calendar, buy yourself roses and whatnot, get all the fancy things. I will say this now the candy is now half off, and I love a good box of chocolate. So I will probably go back and get some chocolate, but I digress. Love yourself. Love yourself. My mom used to tell us that the good Lord didn't make any mistakes when he made you. Love yourself. You are beautiful and wonderfully made. You're here for a reason. We are unique for a reason. Can you imagine if everybody looked alike? It'd be like the lemmings. We'd be falling off the cliff. Ugh. Ugh. I can't imagine. I don't want to know that life. I don't want to know it. There's nothing grand about it. Nada. So this weekend, as you go out, and I'm going to say this because life is lifing at times. Take your Dr. Tachi. Hug your loved ones. Now, we've had a few more loved ones cross over, be called home. And I know for some people, death is a tricky thing, right? For some of us, it's like, I just don't understand. Putting your arms around your mortality, I get it. But then I also know that there's life after. So I'm good. With that said, spend time with your loved ones, right? Hug your friends, make that phone call, because this season of life is going to require us to be closer together, right? We need to be in tune with each other. We need to strengthen our community. Please don't let somebody be out there on the wayside by themselves. I don't think it's safe for a number of reasons, but mentally, I don't think it's safe. Spiritually, I don't think it's safe. We need each other now more than ever. So make this weekend that. And I will say this, right now I'm wearing my readers, but it just so happens that Gwendolyn's got some bifocals coming. And of course, I am getting them from Glitz Optical because that's what Gwendolyn does. I have some amazing frames coming, people, some amazing frames. I decided to cross over. I was like, Doc, I just feel like I should go ahead and get some bifocals because I feel like my eyes are just giving me, like somebody's going on strike. And I don't want to deal with that. So, he's like, okay, Gwendolyn, we can do that. So we have some progressive lenses coming very soon with some new frames. So that's really great. And of course, she can style you both in person. They have a store in Dallas. And then also they still do virtual consultations. So you could do that too. And they could ship your glasses to you. Trust me, it's going to be amazing. When they do it, myself, I'm getting ready for the senior season. So seniors, you're out there. Gwendolyn, Houston, Jack Photography, G Photography by G. We are ready to make all of your dreams come true. Trust and believe. I'm a storyteller. And a damn good one at that. So as I go back to my my research here, hint. Again, I'm going to wish you all a great weekend. Be safe. Hug on each other. Love up on each other. As my mama says, agape love to all of you. Have a good Valentine's Day, however you choose to spend it. And if the good Lord allows, I will see you all next Friday. Cheers. Hey, it's G. Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Listen. Be sure to catch me every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And while you're here, I cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you all next week.